Hi, it's Susie Kennedy here with a reading for you for April 2024. A lot to cover. I'm going to talk about the eclipse. I'm going to talk about Mercury being in retrograde, a lot about the third eye and the heart, and actually a lot about Sagittarian energy. So let's start with what has been the lead up to this energy for April. What are we being set up for? What is it we need to understand? And what can we expect in the coming month? So the lead up to this month has been the first couple of months of the year where Chiron, the wounded healer, has been very much calling all of us to sit in our old childhood wounds, or those things which make us feel powerless, and those things that have caused us to not feel as though we have the choice or the opportunity to change our circumstances or our lives. The reason that's been there is because we are in this 8th year, and this number 8 year is about your personal, authentic energy of sovereignty. And sovereignty is that part of you that chooses to do what is right for you. It's kind of interesting, this energy of sovereignty at the moment, because as we know, we've got the royal family over in the UK, where those who are meant to be ruling, like Charles and Kate is a subsidiary there, that they're not able to fulfill their duties fully because of health. And then you've got people on the other side of the world where, or in other parts of the world, where if you look at the energy of sovereignty, which is ruling, the correct use of power, those who are in places of authority, that they're not using their power wisely. And then there are those who seek to gain power, who also maybe are not even fit to come into those offices. So I think we're in a very interesting time. And when the eclipse comes on April the 8th, it's a time when much of America will be in darkness through that eclipse energy. And in the darkness, it's where we can look at things in a deeper way. It's a time of deep transformation, a lot of shifting of perspective. It's a time when things that we don't expect to happen will happen. And from April the 1st to the 25th of April, we've got Mercury in retrograde. And that is all about our ability to communicate, to be heard, to listen, to be able to assimilate what we hear. So I would encourage you in this next few weeks to be very mindful of what news you listen to, or of what you take in of other people's words. It's a time when our frequency and our vibration has to soften so that we can get through those cracks. And the cracks being, you know, we've got, if you like, a society, a time on the planet where old structures are being challenged. We can't continue the way we've been continuing, with people killing people, basically, and people coming in as dictators. And this isn't a political thing, this is a spiritual energy that I'm talking about. So you know that water is the energy of the divine feminine, and water seeps through the cracks. So I believe it's a time of deep resting, but it's also this absolute delightful time of a rebirth. We've just come through Easter, and I know that the energy of Mary Magdalene is very much with me today. And the Magdalene energy is that strong, courageous visionary, the one who was maligned by the church, who was, you know, made to be in the background, when all she did was come in to support Yeshua with the energy of love. So that Magdalene energy is calling us to have the strong, courageous, divine feminine, to bring our essence alive so that we can look at what choices we have. So what has kept us feeling very stuck in our old wounds The Easter energy has been to break that open. And we're now breaking open into April with an eclipse that is going to say, what is it that you're not seeing? What are you still in the dark about? What is it that you can plant new seeds of growth? Because in the dark we plant new seeds. It's a time when we can really look at ourselves and say to ourselves, what is it that I desire? What is it that I'm not doing or feeling or thinking that's going to give me the life and the energy and the vitality to feel connected to all that there is? So interesting, when I was preparing for today's reading, to think back on my own last couple of months and also my observations with the people that I work with. My own experience in this last 3 months has been one of very much quiet introspection, really reassessing everything. You know, what's the point of life? What's the point of my life? What is it that brings me joy? What is it that I need to do in order to experience more of that joy? So this energy of power and sovereignty, so our own ability to be sovereign within our own kingdom, within our own castle, within our own lives. And really, I just encourage you all to look at your lives and say, who are you living it for? That's what this year is about. It's sovereignty. Nobody else can make a decision for you. Nobody else can tell you what you feel or what you want or who you are. And more than anything this year, we are going to be challenged with that time and time again. So when we have, like I've had this period of introspection, what I've observed with the people that I share my life with and who I know is that there's been this huge energy of things happening where people feel helpless and powerless and go, I don't know what to do. This is out of my hands. And in so many ways, our lives can be like that. We can feel as though other people are doing things that affect us and that we can't change it. And to a large degree, that's correct. But what we can change is what we think and what we feel. And this is a time that I was shown through my meditation just before I came in, that the third eye and the heart are going to really align and move us forward. So in other words, whatever our heart desires, we're going to see it more clearly and we're going to project it forward. And you can expect transformative change in the people that you share your life with. So the people that are surrounding you, maybe with your work or your relationships, the people in your community, expect transformation. Expect to see people do complete 360s where you might have written somebody off in your life and said, no, they'll never change, or this situation is hopeless. But what you're going to see is that a lot of people have been doing the introspection, and as a community, as a collective, most of us have been saying, what is it that I need to change? What is it that I need to let go of? And what do I want to experience more of? And I really believe that we are entering into this age of Aquarius now in a very strong and powerful way. So the third eye, what is it that you see? What is it that your heart desires? And to give some time to that, maybe over the next month, of really looking at what it is that you have desired in the past, and notice it showing up in your life, because it is showing up, but maybe you're not recognizing it. When we do manifesting, we often want things. We want them to show up a certain way. And often what happens is, when we actually analyze what's going on within our lives, we can see that what we've asked for has come, but it might have come in a different package, it might have come in a different form. And that's why it's so important to be careful of the words that you say, because your words will bring you what it is that you're talking about. I also have this thing about Sagittarian energy, the centaur, and this the image I've got in my mind is the person on the horse with the bow and arrow. And so it's saying that whatever we are thinking about, whatever we're feeling, it's really being projected, not necessarily forward, but out there into the ether, out there into those people that you care about, those people that you love. So I'd encourage you to really understand the expansion of your sovereignty in this month of April. I'm going to use the Sacred Mothers and Goddesses cards to draw some wisdom from these. And I always like to keep my readings pretty brief, because we're in a society, really, aren't we, where we don't want to listen too much. You know, we just want to get the essence of it and we want to move on. So if I could leave you with anything for this month, the essence of it would be that what is coming is this huge rebirthing, this stepping through into another dimension, the sensation more and more of what heaven on earth really is like, and a recognition that unfortunately on the planet at the moment there is going to be even more darkness in places than what we have already experienced. But it's like anything, when something is trying to rebalance itself, we have to get to the bottom. We have to get to a point where people are no longer apathetic and they say enough is enough. So personally, I imagine you're in that space, and I'd love to hear your comments on this. You know, are you at that point in your life where you say, well, you know I can't change this, so enough is enough. I'm going to move in this direction. I'm going to take a different approach. Yeah, be interested to hear what your thoughts are on that. So these beautiful cards are by a lady called Claudia Olivos. I think that's how you say it. Sacred Mothers and Goddesses. I might have already done that. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing when I'm in the zone. So let's see what we've got here. So the first one is a number 7, and it's Demeter. I don't know if I said that correctly. Anyway, you'll see it. And the word is hope. So I think that's a beautiful thing. And if you think about the energy of Easter, we have the crucifixion, we had the resurrection, and that's what's coming now. And I'm very much drawn to this dove here and this energy of peace, hope, the hope for peace, the hope for yourself. What is it that you're really hoping for? And to allow yourself to create, because I really see this as a creative energy. The 7's the number of the mystic too. So come back to ritual. Come back to those things that make you feel connected to yourself spiritually, you know, your own rituals that you may have let go of. I remember years ago, whenever I did anything, I'd always light a candle, have some incense, play my own special music, and that set me up for the things that would, meditation or healing or reading. But those rituals are things that I believe, give us hope. They give us insight. They give us inspiration. So it's a beautiful card. Vesna, awakening and victory. Wow, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Awakening and victory. And what I'm seeing for that, because I like to read it for you personally and also for the collective, but from a collective point of view, I'm seeing that people are going to wake up to the fact that wars don't do anything. Killing more people doesn't justify people being killed in the past. And so there has to be a shift. And this eclipse in Aries, it promises to be a time when there is, as I keep saying, a complete 360. And we might not see it immediately, but there are people in the background, there have to be people in the background that are waking up and saying, what does it mean to win? What is victory? What does it look like? Aren't they beautiful colours, all of these cards? And so personally, when I read that for you personally, then what I would say to you is, waking up to the wins in your life, What is it that makes you feel like you've had a win today? It doesn't have to be something that you've done. It could be something you experienced or felt. It could just be that sense of connection to God, to the universe, to the, to everybody else. So what is your victory? And please, I would encourage you in these times of sovereignty and personal, authentic power, is to not have the internal power struggle, but to look at how you can find that place within you that just knows that you are going to be okay, and that you are doing what you need to do. Okay, one more. Beautiful butterfly maiden, openness and renewal. And I think I began with that to say that we are in this time of rebirthing. So the butterfly, you might feel like you're a caterpillar. I had a dream the other night of all these silver caterpillars. And I kind of was thinking about it, and I was like, what is that? What, silver caterpillars, what's that all about? And it was almost like armadillos. But it came to me that, there's so many parts of us, and we're not just the roles that we play in people's lives. There are so many different dimensions to us, so many different aspects of us. And it kind of showed me that we're all traveling together on this journey of transformation, and that we've all been in this introspective energy, this chrysalis energy, and we're all about to get our wings again and fly. So number six is about rebirth. It's reinventing self. It's looking up and saying, who am I? Who do I wish to be? Who do I, what is it that I can experience in this beautiful month of April? So thank you for watching. That's it for this month. And I look forward to hearing your comments. And thank you again for all of your love and all of your support and all of your sharing and kindness. Take care, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.